President Joe Biden is proposing some major changes to the Supreme Court. That would include term limits for justices, an enforceable code of ethics, and even a constitutional amendment that would limit the recent Supreme Court decision that gave former President Donald Trump and all other presidents broad immunity from criminal prosecution. All these proposals would require congressional approval, which could be challenging in this era of a divided Congress. And some of the details are still to be worked out. Still, term limits have generally been broadly popular in polling. This proposal would limit justices to 18-year terms. The Supreme Court recently adopted its first formal code of ethics. It doesn't have an enforcement mechanism, and imposing one would present some rather thorny legal questions about exactly who might do the enforcing. Limiting or undoing the Supreme Court's recent decision regarding presidential immunity would be a taller order in terms of approvals. It would require 2/3 from both the House and the Senate, as well as eventually to be ratified by 3/4 of state legislatures. These proposals mark a major shift for Biden, who was once head of the Senate Judiciary Committee and has long resisted calls to reform the Supreme Court. Still, they could focus voter attention in what's expected to be a tight presidential race. Several decisions from the conservative majority Supreme Court have outraged Democratic voters, including those regarding abortion rights and federal regulatory powers.